Most people spend their entire lives working hard, following the same routine, and yet they never achieve financial freedom. Why? Because they have been conditioned to believe that the only way to succeed is to get a job, work harder, and save a little along the way. But let me tell you something. This path leads to a cycle that traps you, not frees you. Most people grow up believing that security comes from having a stable job, a steady paycheck, and a well-planned retirement fund. This belief is deeply ingrained in our minds from childhood. Parents, teachers, and society at large teach us that the safest path in life is to get a good education, find a secure job, and work diligently until retirement. The problem is that this system was never designed to create wealth. It was designed to create workers. The moment you depend entirely on a job for your income, you have placed your financial future in someone else's hands. You are not in control. Your employer is. If they decide to cut costs, restructure, or replace you with automation, your so-called financial security can disappear overnight. And when that happens, most people panic, desperately searching for another job, hoping to regain that same illusion of stability. But the truth is, relying on a job alone is one of the riskiest financial strategies. You are trading your time for money. And the moment you stop working, the money stops flowing. That is not security, that is dependency. The reason most people never become rich is that they are trapped in a cycle of financial dependence, disguised as security. Every month, their paycheck arrives, and before they even get a chance to think, the money is already gone, spent on rent, bills, groceries, and countless other expenses. What remains is often so little that saving or investing seems impossible. But here's the harsh reality. Most people don't control their finances. Their expenses do. They work to pay for a lifestyle they can barely afford, all while believing that working harder is the solution. The real issue is that they are stuck in a system that rewards effort, not wealth creation. Raises and promotions only provide temporary relief, but they do not solve the fundamental problem. When income increases, so do expenses, bigger houses, nicer cars, expensive vacations. This is why so many people, despite earning more, still struggle financially. They are chasing security through a job rather than building true financial independence through assets. What keeps people locked in this cycle is fear. Fear of uncertainty, fear of taking risks, fear of losing what little they have. This fear is what keeps them clinging to a job they dislike, convincing themselves that it is better to endure dissatisfaction than to step into the unknown. But fear is also what keeps them poor. The wealthy understand that security does not come from a paycheck. It comes from knowledge, adaptability, and control over financial resources. The difference between the rich and the average person is that the rich do not fear financial risk. They learn how to manage it. Instead of avoiding investments, they study them. Instead of fearing loss, they build strategies to minimize it. Instead of being controlled by money, they learn how to control it. Financial security is not about having a job. It is about having the ability to create income regardless of external circumstances. Breaking free from the illusion of security starts with a shift in mindset. The first step is understanding that real security comes from financial independence, not job dependence. This means developing the skills to generate income outside of employment. It means creating multiple streams of revenue, investments, businesses, real estate, and other assets that generate money without requiring constant labor. It means taking control of your financial future instead of leaving it in the hands of an employer or the economy. The world is changing rapidly. Technology is replacing jobs, industries are evolving, and traditional employment is becoming less reliable. Those who continue to rely solely on a paycheck will find themselves struggling in the years to come. But those who take the time to understand money, invest wisely, and build financial independence will be the ones who thrive. The choice is simple: continue living under the illusion of security, or take action to create real financial freedom. Most people grow up with a mindset that revolves around earning money through hard work and spending it on necessities, entertainment, and material possessions. They are taught that a good job, a steady paycheck, and responsible saving will lead to financial success. However, this is the employee mindset, the belief that security and wealth come from exchanging time for money. The problem is that time is limited, which means income potential is also limited. No matter how hard an employee works, they can only earn as much as their salary allows. The wealthy, on the other hand, operate with an entirely different mindset. They understand that true financial freedom does not come from working for money, but from making money work for them. Instead of relying solely on a paycheck, they build and acquire assets, businesses, investments, and systems that generate income even when they are not actively working. This is the fundamental difference between the rich and the average person. One works for money, while the other builds a system where money works for them. The employee mindset is deeply ingrained in society. Schools train students to be good employees, not business owners or investors. The system is designed to produce workers who follow orders, meet deadlines, and stay within the boundaries of their job descriptions. As a result, most people never learn about financial education, investing, or wealth-building strategies. They are taught to save their money in a bank, unaware that inflation is constantly reducing its value. They are encouraged to buy liabilities, cars, luxury goods, and homes, believing they are making smart financial decisions when in reality, these purchases take money out of their pockets instead of putting money in. The rich understand this difference. They know that real wealth is not measured by how much money you make, but by how much you keep and grow. They invest in appreciating assets like real estate, stocks, and businesses, which generate income over time. This is why the wealthy continue to get richer while the average person remains stuck in the cycle of earning and spending. One of the biggest traps of the employee mindset is the illusion of stability. Many people believe that having a job guarantees financial security, but in reality, it only provides temporary income. The moment a person loses their job, their income stops. This dependency creates a constant state of financial stress, where people live paycheck to paycheck, fearing unexpected expenses or job loss. The wealthy, on the other hand, create multiple streams of income to ensure that they are never dependent on a single source. They leverage their money and resources wisely, putting them into opportunities that multiply their wealth. They understand that true financial security comes from having control over income, not being at the mercy of an employer. Instead of spending their entire lives working for money, they spend their time building assets that continue to generate income long after the initial effort is made. This allows them to achieve financial freedom, where they no longer have to trade their time for money to maintain their lifestyle. The key to shifting from an employee mindset to a wealth mindset is financial education. Most people are not taught how money truly works, which is why they struggle financially despite working hard. To escape the cycle, one must learn the principles of wealth creation, understanding assets versus liabilities, investing in income-generating opportunities, and leveraging resources effectively. This requires a willingness to think differently, to question traditional beliefs about money, and to take calculated risks. The wealthy are not afraid to invest in their education, whether through books, mentors, or real-world experience. They understand that financial success is not about luck, but about knowledge and execution. Those who remain trapped in the employee mindset will always be limited by their paycheck, while those who develop a wealth mindset will create opportunities that allow them to live life on their own terms. The decision is simple: continue working for money or learn how to make money work for you. Most people desire financial freedom, but very few take the necessary steps to achieve it. The reason is simple. While they dream of escaping the rat race, they lack the discipline and action required to make it a reality. The majority remain stuck in the cycle of working, earning, and spending because it is familiar and comfortable. However, true wealth is not built on comfort. It is built on intentional decisions and consistent effort. The wealthy understand that financial success does not happen overnight. It requires sacrifices, such as living below one's means, delaying gratification, and investing in long-term opportunities rather than short-term pleasures. Most people, however, are unwilling to make these sacrifices. They prioritize instant rewards, buying expensive gadgets dining out frequently, or upgrading their lifestyle as soon as they get a raise, without thinking about the long-term consequences. Financial freedom is not a matter of luck. It is a result of disciplined habits. Those who achieve it do so because they make deliberate choices that align with their financial goals, even when it is difficult. Another key reason why most people never escape the rat race is that they fail to take action. Knowledge alone is not enough, it must be applied. Many people read books on finance, watch motivational videos, or attend seminars, but when it comes to making real financial moves, starting a business, investing, or learning new skills, they hesitate. Fear of failure, lack of confidence, or waiting for the perfect time keeps them stuck in the same financial position year after year. The wealthy do not let fear control them. They take calculated risks and learn from their mistakes. They understand that failure is part of the process and that every setback brings valuable lessons. Instead of waiting for everything to be perfect, they take action, adjust their strategies along the way, and continue moving forward. The difference between those who succeed financially and those who do not is not intelligence or background. It is the willingness to take action despite uncertainty. Many people believe that escaping the rat race requires a groundbreaking idea or an extraordinary talent. The truth is, financial freedom is built on simple but consistent actions. Small, disciplined steps taken over time lead to massive results. For example, saving a portion of one's income and investing it wisely may not seem significant in the short term, but over time it compounds into wealth. Similarly, learning and developing skills that increase earning potential can dramatically change one's financial trajectory. The problem is that most people want quick results. They chase get-rich-quick schemes, hoping for overnight success, only to end up disappointed and disheartened. The wealthy understand that real financial growth takes time. They stay committed to the process, continually improving their financial knowledge, adapting to changes in the economy, and consistently building wealth-generating assets. Those who refuse to develop discipline and take consistent action will always find themselves working for money instead of having money work for them. The journey to financial freedom is not easy, but it is simple. It requires making conscious financial decisions every day, resisting the temptation to follow the crowd, and staying committed to long-term goals. It means breaking free from societal norms that promote excessive consumerism and focusing instead on creating value and building financial security. The wealthy do not follow the habits of the average person. They create their own path based on financial intelligence and strategic action. Anyone can achieve financial freedom, but very few will because most are unwilling to put in the work. The choice is clear: remain stuck in the rat race, living paycheck to paycheck, or take control of your financial future by developing discipline and taking action. The decision is yours, and the results will depend entirely on whether you are willing to do what most people will not. Time is the most valuable asset you will ever have, yet most people fail to realize its true worth. Unlike money, which can be earned, invested, and multiplied, time is a finite resource that once spent can never be regained. The wealthy understand this fundamental truth, which is why they focus on activities that create long-term value rather than those that provide short-term gratification. Most people, however, trade their time for money in a job that barely covers their expenses, believing that working harder or longer hours will eventually lead to financial success. The problem with this approach is that it places a strict limit on income. There are only so many hours in a day, and once those hours are gone, so is the opportunity to earn. The rich take a different path. Instead of selling their time, they invest it in building systems that generate money continuously. They create businesses, acquire income-producing assets, and develop skills that increase their value. The key to financial independence is not working more hours. It is learning how to use time efficiently so that money continues to flow even when they are not actively working. One of the greatest mistakes people make is spending their time on activities that do not contribute to their financial growth. They spend hours watching television, scrolling through social media, or engaging in unproductive conversations, all while complaining that they do not have enough time to improve their financial situation. The truth is, everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. The difference lies in how those hours are used. The wealthy prioritize tasks that move them closer to financial freedom. They spend time learning about investments, reading books on business and money, and surrounding themselves with like-minded individuals who challenge them to grow. On the other hand, those stuck in the rat race waste valuable time on things that provide no return. They focus on entertainment rather than education, comfort rather than progress, and instant gratification rather than long-term success. If you want to escape the rat race, you must take control of your time and use it wisely. Another critical difference between the wealthy and the average person is how they leverage time. Most people rely solely on their own efforts to earn money, while the rich understand that leveraging other people's time, money, and expertise is the fastest way to build wealth. Business owners, for example, do not work every hour of the day. They build teams that operate their businesses for them. Investors do not spend all their time managing their money. They make strategic decisions and let their investments grow over time. Those who continue to believe that financial success is solely dependent on working harder will always be limited by time. The wealthy break free from this limitation by finding ways to create income without direct involvement, whether it is through hiring employees, automating processes, or investing in passive income streams. They find ways to multiply their time. This is why they can achieve financial independence while others remain trapped in the endless cycle of work and expenses. If you do not take control of your time, someone else will. Employers, corporations, and even society have created a system designed to consume as much of your time as possible while giving you just enough compensation to keep you dependent. Most people spend decades working, only to reach retirement with barely enough savings to sustain themselves. The wealthy do not wait until retirement to enjoy financial freedom. They design a life where they have control over their time early on. They understand that true wealth is not just about money. It is about having the freedom to choose how to spend your time, whether it is traveling, pursuing passions, or spending time with loved ones. Financial independence allows for a life of choice rather than obligation. The question is not whether you have enough time. It is whether you are using it in a way that builds the future you desire. You can continue to trade your time for money, or you can start making your time work for you. The decision is yours.